Over here we have the fish already cut and actually 2 inches thick. I already washed it, pat dry it, and slice it. Next, I have my beans already washed. And on the bowl, I'm going to dice the fennel. We're only dicing. While you're doing this, you should turn your broiler on to high heat. Okay, so now I'm going to add this to my beans. And my broiler is already getting hot. I'm going to take my scapes. Again, this is the garlic stem where the flour comes from. And I'm going to dice. This is very garlicky, very yummy. It's hard to get, but I'm sure you can find it around this time. It's a little expensive, but it tastes like garlic, and it actually lasts for a good 6 months. You can freeze it also, so you can have garlic stems during the winter time. So here is my garlic, my scapes, not garlic, scapes. Now I'm going to chop my dill. I already washed this. I'm going to keep the stem actually. They cook very nice in the oven. So I'm going to just chop it. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you want to know other substitutions. Just write on the blog and I'll let you know what you need to do. So here is the dill. And now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 and 2, that's all you need. And I said a pinch of salt, just a pinch. And the reason why we're not using too much salt is because we're going to be salting the Pico de Gallo, and also we're going to be salting the fish. So that's your mix already ready for the oven. I'm going to place that on my Pyrex. This is a very quick recipe. So we're already halfway done. Please type any comments that you might have. So here are the beans with the fennel and the dill. I already washed the fish. It's about 2 inches long. I'm going to put a little olive oil on top of it, just a little. I'm going to take another pinch of salt and just put it right on top. 2 pinches. I'm going to take pepper. I'm going to put enough pepper on it. And then I'm going to coat everything together. There you have it. Next, I'm going to place the fish on top of the beans, but a skin side down. Don't put it like that yet. Let's do this first. So now I washed already the broccolini. This is called broccolini. It's similar to the broccoli, but it's not the same. It looks almost like a broccoli rabe. So now I'm going to place this next to the fish. And here's the fish ready to go into the broiler. I'm going to put a little more olive oil on top of the broccolini. I'm going to salt the broccolini also, just a little bit salt on top. And this is going to go in the oven for 10 minutes on one side. And then we're going to flip it again and put it skin upside up. So next we're going to peel the cucumbers. Hello Nadine, welcome. So again, the cucumbers is for garnish. We're gonna add this at the end to the beans. And this is to fill me out basically. We're gonna take the cucumbers and put them on the side. And we're gonna slice the radishes. So I'm gonna slice the radishes. So I'm gonna add the radishes there. If you think this is too big for you, you can dice them up again in half. You don't have to, but it's totally up to you. We're dicing onions. It was supposed to be white onion, but we're using yellow. Again, you can make this with red onion. Okay, so I have the onion ready. For the pico de gallo, you can do this many different ways. You can chop everything and then put the lime juice, or you can put the cilantro now. You can put the hot pepper. I'm gonna put the hot pepper. And I'm gonna keep the seeds. I'm not cleaning them. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my lime juice. This is called a lime. Yes, it is called lime here. I'm gonna squeeze 3 limes into the mix and let it pickle for a few minutes. Okay, so now the fish is ready on one side. We're gonna flip this. Gentle, please be gentle. This is gonna break, so you have to be very careful. I'm using gloves, so it's okay that I'm touching the food. If you feel that you wanna move the broccolini around, you can do that too. But they're cooking nicely. Okay, so I'm going to dice 2 tomatoes. You don't have to be precise. You don't want big chunks. You want small size chunks, something like this. You want your pico de gallo to be chunky, but not too chunky. And the reason why we are chopping one of the tomatoes is to bring more juice into the pico de gallo, because you want a little juice in there. I'm going to chop this other tomato. And I'm going to keep the seeds because they don't bother me. So this is the fun part. Please be careful with the knife. I have years of doing this, so I'm not afraid of the knife, but please, please, please be very careful. If you want to chop like that, don't put your fingers on the way. Some people, they hold it like this and they go like that. That's only if you're slicing. But if you're going to chop, put your hand right on top of the knife and then go down, but always keeping your fingers pointing out. I can smell the salmon. It smells very nice. So now, as you can see, this is kind of saucy. That's what I'm looking for. This is finely diced. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. And now I'm going to add the cilantro. I like cilantro, so I'm going to put a bunch of cilantro. And many people make their pico de gallo their own way. I make it this way. If you try this dish, can you please post your picture online? I would love to see what you did. Okay, so the fish is gonna be done any minute. A lot of people, they put vinegar at this point. I don't like vinegar. Okay, so I'm going to add olive oil to the Pico de Gallo. I'm going to add a pinch of salt, just a pinch, and some black pepper. We're going to mix this. And while we wait for the salmon, this is going to pickle a little more. This is the Pico de Gallo. I'm going to cut the lemon. This is a lemon in America, yes. This is called a lemon in America. I'm gonna cut it. I'm going to cut a couple of slices in here. I have 3 pieces, so I'm gonna have 3 pieces only. Then I'm going to make a little wedge right in the middle. And then we're gonna twist them. This is how we're gonna serve it. The fish with this. So the salmon is ready. So are the beans. I'm going to remove the salmon from the pan carefully. 1, 2, and 3 pieces. Look how beautiful. And they're nice and juicy. This is not dry at all. But if you like them more raw, you have to undercook it for at least 2 minutes or 3 minutes on each side. Next, I'm going to take the beans from here. I'm just gonna do a portion for now. It smells amazing. The fennel brings so much flavor into this dish. So now I'm adding the cucumbers and the radishes into the mix. It's nice and warm. And we're gonna squeeze some of the lemon. And now I'm going to platter this. Take a couple of spoons, as much as you want. This is going to be very filling. We're done. Now we're going to take one of the salmon, place it right on top, and we're going to take a couple of broccolini. This is not broccoli, this is called broccolini. We are going to take some lemon twist. We're going to put it right on top. And then we're going to add the Pico de Gallo, which is getting more juicy, as you can see in here. We're going to add some of that here, right on top. Don't be afraid. It never works. But there you have it. Now you can take some of this mix also and place it right here with your beans and mix it. It will bring more juice into it. So there you have it. A meal within 20 minutes. Salmon looks beautiful. I'm gonna use my fingers. I mean, it's my dish. It's perfect. It's beautiful.